Hey, what's going on? So I thought I'd make this video about the centrifugal clutch. It seems to be a whole freaking novel to learn about these things, and people actually don't know much about them or how to take care of them properly. Let's get started. Okay, so let's say you got the cart all put back together. You're out driving it around and you're doing a test run, and you're checking the clutch. You just replace the clutch, whatever, and bad boy is, I feel like it's getting too hot. It is very possible that your engine could be too weak and it's not spinning it fast enough. It could be more so that your carburetor might be a little gunked up, and it's limiting the engine's power, and it's only causing us to partially engage, which would create more heat on this guy. So definitely when you're doing like modifications or replacing one of these or adding one of these or restoration, definitely do all the obvious stuff once you drive it once and work out all the kinks.
So another modern thing is also something called gear reduction kit, and I think I'll put a picture in here in the video. There's just more stepping down. It basically makes the cart half as fast, but helps out with the acceleration, and it's a lot easier on the centrifugal clutch. So not necessary, but it just depends on the application. Those are not a bad idea, but food for thought. While we're on the topic of gear reduction kits, let's talk a little bit about the ratio that is most ideal to 1:6. I really noticed on the web a lot of people prefer that one when you're going clutch to sprocket. Okay, so I'm going to now count my teeth. I have 10 teeth, and I shouldn't have any more than 60 teeth on my sprocket. White dot is my starting point. This means that I have a 1-to-4 gear ratio. It's good. So this means this little cart will have a little bit more power, better for climbing hills and not going too fast, which is perfect because I don't have much flat space here. There's more hills than anything, and the kids riding it. So I'm perfectly good with that gear ratio. Another little tidbit of information here, since this used to be a pressure washer engine, I will have to find the bolt that actually fits in there, and I don't have much information on that just yet, but surely it's on the web. So you got to have a bolt that holds that guy in there. And when you're looking for your clutch, if you're trying to figure out which one to get, I really suggest you get the one with the key that's actually machined into it. I know they have the ones that do not have the machine ones, like you have to manually put it in there, but if it was me, I would have lost that sucker by now. So get the one that's machined is my suggestion, and then put your bolt on the end of it. So I'd like to talk just a little bit more about inboard and outboard. Inboard means the sprocket goes like this. I'm going to try to make this work inboard wise because it's a lot less pressure or leverage working against the internal part of the engine here. So the further you are out, for example, if you was outboard or you had to go outboard, and this will work both ways. Turns out, yes, it looks different on the back, but works both ways. So with being outboard, if any sloppage or anything like that would be amplified because, well, the center of the chain is farther outward. So like I said, I'm going to try to make mine on the inside just to help out the engine surface right there. I don't know if it's bearings or what, but I want to try to protect that part of the engine. Another tidbit of information, if you feel like your engine isn't quite going as fast as it's supposed to be, check your oil. This is a sling type governed engine, so if you're low on oil, it'll actually govern the RPMs, which could actually affect everything else, the driving and the centrifugal clutch. Now, just a moment ago, I made a comment that that governor, if you're having troubles with the idling up, that could be a cause of it. But I also want to mention that particular engine could be air governed. It just depends, but the principle still works exactly the same. All right, now let's talk about how loose the chain should be. So I haven't got there yet, but you should not have a completely tight chain. You want between this side and this side a total of a 1/2 inch of play. If you get it too dang tight, you'll create extra friction and can also lead to premature wear on that guy. And of course, if it's too loose, you'll jump the sprocket, basically chain will come off, and well, fun times over with. So, good rule of thumb, also when you're gassing up, a parent or someone who knows kind of what they're doing, just make sure that this is in proper adjustment. Just a little bit of slap, a little bit, not anything with over a ½ inch. Pretty easy to adjust this. I scoot the engine forward. Well, this one can't really do much on, but I'll figure it out. But I wanted to mention that. And this is the tool that actually, well, changes the length of your chain. So you could always use one of these and adjust your chain to however long you want it. Plenty of videos out there how to do this. Oh, China forever, 420-530. So how long should this guy exactly last? Well, that just depends on how hard it's abused. It could last for years to come if it's well maintained, you know, by somebody who constantly looks at it, an adult maybe. You know, if you have kids that tear it up and no one looks at it, probably won't last but 20 minutes. All right, last we'll talk about wheel size. So my wheels are not very tall at all. I think they're probably about 10 inches or so.
Oh, here we go. It's about 11 inches. All right, so about 11 inches tall.
So that means that the smaller the wheel, the less harder the engine has to work. If it was a bigger wheel, it'd be a bigger area, so it would take more engine and you know, basically that clutch power to get it to spin and go. So smaller wheel, better. If it's hilly terrain like my property is, very hilly, you know, it's gonna see a little bit more wear a little bit quicker because, well, it has to work that much harder to climb up that. So yeah, I'd rather it be like this. Small wheels, good gear, you know, 1-to-4 ratio. Yeah. There's one more piece of information. Go-karts that have taller tires than 15 inches and horsepower that is over 8, any one of those are relatively close to. Basically, everyone suggests that you use a torque converter, more setup rather than this.
Yo, brekkie, no good. No good for your wallet, no good for your weekend. Good for China economy if you wish to abuse.
All right, well, I hope you guys got something out of this video. Please like and subscribe. It's all about clutches, the centrifugal clutch. That's what this segment was on, and have a nice day.